Hey guys, this is Pete on the beat. It's been a while since I've uploaded my last video on YouTube, and there is a specific reason for this. There was a specific reason for this actually. If you're familiar with my YouTube channel, if you're a subscriber and whatnot, you probably already know what the reason was. So this is basically the fact that I really had to get my laptop, my MacBook Pro fixed, and right now I already got it fixed. Right now everything works properly. There it is in my hands, and I'm extremely happy because I'm gonna be able to do more videos. The next thing I would like to say before I start with the whole video and everything is this: I'm more than extremely happy because I haven't lost any subscribers. Basically during the whole month the number of my subscribers stayed exactly the same. So I would like to thank you, and I would like to also say I really missed you guys. I really missed filming all those videos with the OMAD and the ketogenic stuff and showing you my meals and my training sessions and whatnot. So in this video I would like to show you an arm training video I filmed this morning, like a sick high volume resistant training, high intensity high volume resistant training arm session I filmed this morning. The meals I had during last few days. Besides those things guys, in this video I would like to also answer two questions from the comment sections under two of my old videos, I guess, two of my previous videos. And the last thing I'm extremely excited to share with you guys is the fact that I have a new camera. I got the ADD, not the ADD, but the ATD by Canon, the Canon ATD camera, and I believe this is the best camera I can get for the things that I'm planning to use it for. The ATD camera is, in my personal opinion, hands down perfect option for someone who prefers to do everything on his own. Like, this is the best way I can describe it, and the reason for this is because the autofocus game of the ATD is like, from that specific class for that price range of DSLR cameras, I believe is second to none. Like, you can Google this out. I did tons of research before I bought the camera. I bought the body only, not the kit, just in case you wonder, because I already have some decent lenses that I'm pretty happy to work with, if I can put it like this, to use. And yeah, so without further ado, I would like to start with the actual training session. Oh, and by the way, right now this is the first video, the first official video, or not official, if I can put it like this. This is the first video I'm filming with the ADD, so you can give me some comments as long as for the quality of the video. And the other detail that I would like to point out is the fact that the footage from the gym I'm about to show you, like the gym footage with the arm training and whatnot, and the kitchen footage, those are filmed with my old camera. This is the T3i. I do not plan to sell my T3i because I believe I have something like a relationship with it, and on the other hand I'm so used to filming with the T3i as long as for gym footage, yeah, so I'll probably keep the T3i for the gym and for the kitchen, if I can put it like this. So right now on the screen, as you can probably see, this is me starting the whole session by warming up the joints and whatnot. I mostly prefer to start my training sessions with a cable superset. Typically I always, like, not always, but at least 70% of the time I go with supersetting. As long as for biceps and triceps the intensity is like high as fuck, if I can put it like this. Just in case you wonder and you're new to this YouTube channel, the way how I prefer to train is like high volume, stupid amounts of volume, resistant training, and I also do a lot of pre-exhaustion, bodybuilding style, like old school bodybuilding style. I do not lift heavy weights, but I do stupid amounts of volume, and the intensity is crazy. Basically, the only rest periods I take between my sets is to change the positioning of my camera, if I can put it like this. I hope that makes sense. And if I'm not filming a video for you guys, like in this particular situation, I really don't rest. The only rest I get between my sets is like to move from one piece of equipment to the next piece of equipment. And yeah, this is basically it. I will not rest between the sets. This is what works for me, and this actually allows me to to hit a body part a lot more frequently and even do like twice a day splits and whatnot. So the first superset was based around a curl, a cable curl, bicep cable curl, and a rope tricep extension. This is the first superset. The second superset was based around some seated Lee Hannies. If you're familiar with the Lee Hannies, I'm a huge proponent of the Lee Hannies. I always incorporate a few sets of Lee Hannies in my training sessions. And this time I took the decision to do the single-armed seated version. You're gonna be able to see this. So that was the second superset. I actually supersetted the Lee Hannies, the overhead tricep extension. If you're not familiar, the overhead tricep extension is like called by many people Lee Hannies because of the legendary bodybuilder. I believe he's 6-time Mr. Olympia. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Lee Hannies 6-time Mr. Olympia. Anyway, so the second superset was based around a preacher curl with the straight bar. I always go with the straight bar because everything is a lot more painful. Like if I do an easy bar, the easy bar version, I feel I'm involving a lot of like forearm action. And as you probably already know, I always try to bring my arms and get better contraction as long as for my biceps and tris. If you're familiar with my previous uploads, then you probably already know I changed my split, but as long as for arms everything stays the same. And yeah, this is what I do in order to really improve the size of my arms and make them match with my other body part. Damn, I really like the quality of the ATD. Like the autofocus is so good. I'm gonna be able to show you some fibers and some decent separation. By the way, I changed my diet. Nowadays I do not eat mostly keto, I eat mostly paleo nowadays because the weather is fantastic. I'm about to show you. Bam! As you can probably see, the weather is fantastic. When the weather is great, it's not a necessity for me to do straight ketogenic diet. You see, this doesn't mean I consume some protein shakes or some crap or none of that stuff. I consume like high quality products, but I do mostly paleo with some starches, and nowadays the starches are mostly sweet potatoes. This is the other thing that I'm about to show you in a minute. Like in the end of the video, I'm about to show some kitchen footage as well. And just in case you wonder why I'm training with frames, the reason for this is because of this book. Right now I'm about to show the latest book I've listened. This is amazing book. Like I highly recommend you to get your hands on this book. I do not read books, so I highly encourage you to do the Audible version. This is the book right now. Focus. This is so cool. Focus. Anyway, this is the newest book by Dave Asprey, and in this book he puts tons of emphasis of the importance of basically how to avoid the junk weight. And this is something that is extremely important because I train with extreme amount of intensity and often I get ultra dizzy, like really dizzy. And back in the day I felt like this is because of some type of a blood sugar dysregulation, and I was always measuring my blood sugar levels with the glucometer. I also was thinking that this is probably something like a high blood pressure, but in fact this is caused by the junk weight, and I prefer to avoid the junk weight. I mean, I do not have something like super high-tech frames, but those frames, those are some Gucci aviators. Those frames work perfectly for me. And another thing that I would like to say in relation to this is the fact that legendary Robbie Robinson, if you're familiar with, this is a legendary bodybuilder, like from the class of Sergey Brin and all of those guys. So that guy, Robbie Robinson, I believe they call him the Black Prince. Yeah, this is Robbie Robinson, aka the Black Prince. He trains with Gucci frames. You can check some interviews with him, with Rick Drace in Rick's Corner. Rick's Corner. This is a channel that I really fuck with because it's about old school bodybuilding and all that good stuff. So I definitely encourage you to get your hands on that book, Headstrong, and the book actually made me rethink few things, and I took a decision to experiment with some new foods, and I bought those foods I'm about to show you in a minute. So back on the subject with the arm training, the third superset I did were basically some dips with some alternating seated dumbbell curls. The way how I prefer to do them nowadays is, of course, I keep my humerus bone stable as I can. I try to avoid any swinging and all that stuff for the most part, but I do 6 reps with my left arm, and then I move and do another 6 reps with my right arm, and then I do another 6 reps with my left arm, and so on and so forth. For the most part, I do this twice, because on this specific exercise I try to do a bit heavier weight, if I can put it like this. So the last thing I did exercise wise were those like hammer curls. Those are specific type of a hammer curls that I definitely encourage you to pay attention to. And if you really want to bring your arms, especially if you're a taller guy and whatnot, if you really want to improve like the density, if I can put it like this, and the thickness of your arms, the overall thickness of your arms and even forearms, I definitely encourage you to give those a try. Those are like hammer curls, but thumbless grip hammer curls. Pay attention to my grip, like the grip is thumbless with a 45-pound plate. This is like insane exercise in my personal opinion. I supersetted those with an exercise that I really don't know the name of. I really don't know the name of this exercise because I'm using the handles. This is a pretty specific, like more of an exotic type of a technique. Not a lot of people know about this technique, but I highly encourage you to give this technique a try as well if you want to bring your triceps, especially the outer portion of your triceps. So okay guys, that was the training part of the whole video, and right now I'm about to show you a little bit of flexing, and then I would like to answer 2 questions from the comment section under 2 of my previous uploads. So the first question comes from Barry McLaughlin. I'm not so sure how to pronounce your name, so please excuse me. The question is, what time of the day do you eat your one meal? I eat my one meal around 30 to 60 minutes before I go to the bed. This is the most essential thing for me, and this is the thing that makes the most sense in my head. Typically, I do not have any appetite, I do not have any desire to eat whatsoever, but if I have some, it's like before I go to the bed. I'm nocturnal eater. I hope that makes sense to you. And on another day, of course, my body is able to utilize the nutrients from my bloodstream when I train and when I work on stuff and when I do whatever I do on the next day. So here's the next comment from the same guy, from Barry. Do more videos of your meals, bro. I'm about to show you some meals in a minute. So before I move to the kitchen footage and whatnot, guys, here's the other question that I would like to answer. And the question comes from Robert Carpenter. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. If not, please excuse me. I'm 5 feet 8 large frame man. I've been doing OMAD and walking 8 miles per day. Wow, like 8 miles. I eat around 1100 calories. This is extremely low, like extremely low. I eat, the English is not on point today. I eat 1100 calories per day. I drink a gallon of water. Should I eat less than 1100? And is my walking too much? I need to lose 40 pounds. So first of all, I definitely believe like 8 miles per day, this is insane. This is just my personal opinion, but I do believe this is insane. The second thing that I would like to encourage you to do is to drastically up your calories, but as I already wrote, as I already answered, definitely focus on high quality nutrients, high quality animal fats and high quality animal proteins. Focus not on the number of calories per day, but on the quality of the nutrients. And what I mean by this, go with highest possible quality foods available in your local area. This is the thing that I always preach, like fats and proteins. Focus on fats and proteins. Limit the amounts of the carbohydrates that you consume. If you feel like doing some vegetables here and there, like fibrous veggies and all that stuff, incorporate some veggies here and there, but for the most part, focus on high quality meats, high quality fishes, whole free range eggs. It really depends on what types of meats your body is able to tolerate better, because you probably consume a bit more food on one sitting since you want to eat one meal a day. And definitely involve some type of weightlifting, some type of resistance training. I'm not so sure what are your aspirations, I'm not so sure what are your goals. If you are not really fan of bodybuilding, such as me and such as a lot of other guys, if you're really not interested in attaining specific body composition or attaining specific look, if I can put it like this, then you can simply go and lift some weights like 5 to 6 times per week, once per day, and you're gonna be amazed of the results. And again, do not track your calories, do not focus on the actual number of calories, but if you really want to focus on something, first of all, and really want to track something, first of all, make sure you get enough high quality protein and enough high quality fat. Basically, you rather want to track your macros, if I can put it like this, but make sure they come from high quality food sources. Always exercise during the fasted state, preferably like at least 8 hours after you had your meal. This is what I do, because this will really force your body to utilize the nutrients from your bloodstream. This is something that I always use, and as long as for everything I do, I believe is second to none. Yeah, this is basically everything for now. Keep the gallon of water. This is great. I drink a lot of water on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, right now guys, I would like to show you few meals. Actually, I'll show you 2 meals and some products I bought because of the book Headstrong. So the products that I'm about to show you are not ketogenic foods, but because of Dave Asprey I got inspired to buy those foods. In the book Headstrong, the recommendations for honey are like raw honey. This one that I'm about to show you is locally produced. It has 3 badges, like 3 certificates. One of them is biological agriculture. This is something like the European USDA. And the other thing that is written is like 100% biological, organic, raw honey. This is basically what it says. And the other product that I'm about to show you is 99% dark chocolate. So as long as I can remember, the recommendations for dark chocolate in the book Headstrong by Dave Asprey are something like over 85%, preferably European chocolate. This one is European, is like 99%, as you can probably see. So yeah, I'm not so sure exactly how I'm going to consume both of those foods, but I took a decision to give them a try, and when I figure out how I'm going to consume them, I'm gonna let you know. So the first meal I'm about to show you guys are some sweet potatoes. As I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, not in the beginning, but as I've already mentioned, I do some sweet potatoes. I mostly stay on the paleo side nowadays because the weather is fantastic. And salad with some apple cider vinegar, with some olive oil, with some plenty of vegetables, and some organic chicken breast. When I have a little bit of starches here and there, I prefer to not consume fats or limit the amount of the fat that I consume. This is what works for me. I'm not saying like combining high quality starch with something like grass-fed butter is not healthy. I'm just saying it blows the shit out of me, and I really do not like the way how I look on the next day. This is mostly from a bodybuilding perspective. I'm also drier if I do not combine both, and I never combine both, but during the course of the week I can always incorporate different days. For example, 1 or 2 paleo days with starch, and all the other stuff is like ketogenic. For example, I'm saying this in order to help you understand better that I'm able to avoid any of the nutrient deficiencies. I hope that makes sense. So the first meal I'm about to show you guys is like mixed veggies in a wok with mixed chicken meat, like organic hormone-free chicken with some mixed veggies. Some of them are organic, some are not, and a huge salad. I'm about to show you everything in a minute. So yeah guys, this is basically everything I wanted to say and everything I wanted to show you in this video. The main reason why this video got so long is the fact that I skipped almost whole month of uploading videos, and I really wanted to show you some stuff and show you some training, some cooking, some like things I bought because of this book. It is amazing book, The Headstrong by Dave Asprey. If you're into biohacking and all that stuff, I highly encourage you to listen to the audio version of the book. I do not read books, and I do not encourage you to read books. And what else? I would like to thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Peace.